I wasn't planning on reviewing this game, but by God am I glad I naturally came across it. This is by far one of the best two-player split-screen games I have ever played, and I've played enough to count on one hand, so like, at least 3 or 4. This is going to be a shorter video because I don't want to go too in depth just in case you haven't played it yet, so I don't want to spoil anything, but hopefully you still enjoy it. The game kicks off and quickly sets the scene as to what the players have just been dropped into. The story and character performance make you quickly feel all of the feels towards the little girl in the game who is going through a tough time of dealing with the thing that is happening within the family. I'll try not to give too much away in this video, but we'll see how we go. When the game kicks off, there is enough tutorial for it to not be too intrusive, but also enough for you to not get lost within how the mechanics work. The level design is cleverly progressive as to keep up with the player's increasing interest in the world, which I found so natural that I literally got lost in the game and forgot to keep mental notes from the point which I decided to make a review on this. To continue talking about the characters in the game, the interactions between the two main characters are entertaining enough to keep the player's attention within cutscenes and throughout the levels that you play. Dialogue seems natural, even the ones that involve subtle hints if you are stuck as to how to progress in a level. The characters that you meet along the way are hilarious and deeply thought out. This is definitely not a game that was half-baked and shoved into the world for the devs to close their eyes and hope for the best. The construction of most, if not all, of the levels is amazing. I would go as far as to compare it to a massively thought out open world RPG. Everyone knows that you play as people who shrink down and see the world from a now very different obscured point of view. The devs do this in such an amazing way that you just want to soak in every level's design, but half the time you need to be thinking on your feet so you don't have time to appreciate it. Other than one level which I could base a whole video off of, it's so beautiful, but I won't show you it because it made the game for me when I came across it. I don't usually play games with consistent boss battles, but this game makes them entertaining and challenging in a way that, along with your teammate, you feel accomplished after you beat them. Each one is better and more interesting than the last, which just adds to the level design and storytelling that makes this game so interesting. You want to complete it in one sitting, which me and my partner almost did, by the way. Most games nowadays, I feel, struggle to keep the game interesting as you make your way through the end point of the mission/story you're playing. I feel like most games just throw loads of different side quests or a lot of the same type of level design and activities and hope that it's enough for the player to not get bored. This game does not have this difficulty. Each level brings something new to the table, and these bring different challenges which you didn't encounter in the last, making the gameplay refreshing with each level. As for the gameplay itself, the game somehow reinvented how two-player split-screen games are played. Even if your second player is over the internet, you can see their point of view as the game is literally split-screen. This helps in situations where teamwork is key and helps for locating your partner if you get lost. Toggle this with abilities in some levels that only certain playable characters can have, and you have a mechanic that not only keeps the gameplay interesting, but helps keep it playable and helps the player to not get overwhelmed in possible rage-like situations. This isn't a small game either. The gameplay hours are really good, though at times the levels do go on a little bit more than seems natural. There are times where it's very much a level which is being dragged out so that the end of the game is further away. That being said, this isn't 100% a bad thing. In line with everything I have said already, the devs take every opportunity to make the environment and gameplay as magical as the last. Throughout the game, there are even some hidden mini-games that you have to find and collect. This makes for an interesting and different approach to collectibles because when you have found them, they are added to the main menu of the game and you can play each one individually. Like the levels of the game, each one is different and designed to the confines of the level that you find them in, proving all the more as to how well thought out this game really is. All in all, go play the game. Do it. This is literally one of those rare times where I'm not going to say, but if you want to play the game and make up your own decision, that's fine. No. You have to play this game. It's better with a partner because you get a deeper connection to the game because of the storyline, but I have seen my friends play with other mates and they have had equally as much fun. So yeah, go play the game. Now. I'm not leaving until you do. I'll wait. Why haven't you left yet? Are you waiting for it to go on sale or something? It's worth paying full price, so go. Do it. What? Do I need to buy it for you myself? Because I don't have the budget for that. Have you got a birthday coming up? You could ask for it then. I told you I would wait until you got it. I bet you thought I was lying.